Hey, Tommy. How's it going? Is this thing on? Can you hear me? Hey there, Marco. Probably not going to stream real long. I just thought I'd fire this up and try it since I haven't streamed for a while. And I haven't streamed at all for knife content. Excellent. Is the audio okay? Too loud? Too quiet? No comments about my voice. Got this new. I just downloaded SolidWorks yesterday. It seems pretty. I like it. I've done a lot of CAD work, but I haven't used SolidWorks until now. Yeah, this is a very simple fixie. I tried with a curve on the blade, but it was hard to get the grind because if you just put a flat grind on it with the curve, then it gets wider. You know, the flat part. Well, before I put the final bevel on, gets wider along the curve. So I need to learn how to adjust the grind to keep a uniform curve, and it's probably just simple. I forget what it's called, but probably just have to take like this and project it along a spline. Probably design it flat and then project that along a spline for the radius you need. Hey, cap addict. But this is yeah, like I said, very simple. Flat is easy. I think these came out okay. I think this could be done on actual grinder. This jimping is a little weird, but can't say there's not enough of it. Oh, I think I need to learn to slow down too. I know that was always a problem at work. During Zoom meetings, I would rotate the model and talk. It takes a while for the video to catch up, though. So people would tell me to slow down. We don't know what you're talking about. Yeah, Sean F., it's fun. And there's only one way to do it. I mean, there's several ways to do it. You could take classes, but you're better off learning as much as you can, even if you do decide to take classes. I mean, I know that's how I worked at General Motors and got recruited in 1996 to go work at Boeing. And they recruited a whole bunch of people to work on CATIA V4. It was a brand new software that I hadn't used before. And they put us all in the one project that they recruited us for. They didn't have computers or anything set up for us. So when they finally got the software, they just sat us in the room and said, well, just go learn the software on your own until we get the classes set up. So a lot of us learned on our own before we even had formal training. It was pretty fun. Then they canceled that project, and most of us got jobs on different projects at the same company. Hey, Amanda, how you doing? Yeah, I'm live. Nothing, just messing around, testing it out while I mess with new software that I picked up. Yeah, it's just a little fixed blade knife that just to practice on. I just downloaded this SolidWorks software, and I haven't used this software before, so I started with a pretty simple project. I do have an assembly if I remember how to load it. Yeah, here's the assembly. And these aren't perfect either, but I created these standoffs. Then I'll put some design scales. That's going to be hard because that'll be all surfacing. And I'm not very familiar with surfacing. But just, plastic handles. And then screws will go to hold the handles on into these standoffs. I'm hoping to find models of screws in a library somewhere that someone will share. Because I don't want to design every screw that I use. Wouldn't be cost effective or time effective, I should say. Since I'm not doing this for work yet or anything like that. SNS cycle. Hey, I need a hopped up 103 for my road glide. Road King. Yeah, I don't know, Sean, do you watch Loot 10TX on YouTube? He's pretty new, but he's a knife designer and he's come along pretty well. And you can watch him learning. But you got to start somewhere. And this version of SolidWorks is for makers, and it's only $49 a year. But you can't use it for commercial purposes. I couldn't sell this, but I could do this. I could print it on my 3D printer and test it out. And there are free softwares and low cost softwares that aren't as expensive as SolidWorks would be, but if you could afford SolidWorks, that's the way to go, even if when you go commercial. I think it'd be like I think it's like $8,000 or $9,000 for a standalone perpetual seat of SolidWorks basic design. And then once you start adding stuff, if you add the machining stuff, it all adds up. It could get very expensive, but could be fairly reasonable. Yeah, Sean, there are sites out there, and there are share sites that just for hobbyists and people to share models. Like that, once I get this done, I could share it. I just couldn't put it on one of the pay sites. I don't think contractually, just because I'm using the maker version of SolidWorks. But I don't know where to go now. These are just random cutouts I created. For lightning. That didn't go very well. If I were doing an actual design, I would dimension this. I would do offsets and make this a lot more uniform and constrained. You can see I'm not too worried about this because I'll probably never do anything with this model. So I'm just throwing stuff in there. But once I learn all the basics, then I might start a more constrained design. But since I had already created these as a cutout, I just modify the sketch and it adds that new cutout once I exit the sketch. Now I can go and find this fillet and add these corners to the fillet. Edit feature. Where's the undo button? I wanted to pick the corner, not the face. Now I added those, so once I hit this check mark, it should put the fillet in all of the corners. So even though I didn't constrain this and measure anything, I could make a file out of this and send it to a water jet, a cutter, and have this cut from a piece of stainless. But I won't do that. Huh. So when I do put scales on it, they'll cover all the holes. If I do put scales on it, I could also just create a skeletonized version. So even though I was working in the assembly, you see it actually changed the part since I double clicked on it. But since I'm not using pressed in pins, I'm just using the sleeves and screws, if this were an actual design, I could sell it this way. Then you could paracord wrap it or whatever you want to do, or just use it the way it is. This is over thick. This is like 3/16, which is pretty thick for a knife. This isn't a tomato slicer. But with the short blade, it would probably be a decent utility style knife. And I made this handle like 4 inches long or more. I forget I don't know if there's a quick measuring tool in here. Hey Caleb, how's it going? Thank you. Gotta keep practicing, Caleb. Hey, Knives Are Life. Oh, and this is also a free version of EV I think it'll probably work well for what I need to do. And I think this is, I think the basic version is like $20 a month or something. 19 bucks, which is cheaper than what StreamYard is, I believe, these days. I don't know. I had StreamYard, but they kept raising the price. And when I told them I want to cancel, they said, "How about if we give you the old price?" And I wasn't streaming at that time, so I just said, "Nah, let's just cancel." Is that what you use, Tommy? Your streams are pretty good. I don't see any reason to go to the pro, but the basic paid version looks like it'd be worthwhile. What are you doing with SNS, Caleb? You need to stay away from SNS, Caleb. You don't need any of that kind of power. I do. Actually, I just need to drill out my catalytic converter. I got the early 103, like 2011, and it's all stock. I haven't even put aftermarket exhaust on it. Oh, I wasn't aware of that. Help with gadgets. But yeah, they all probably have their issues. But right now, this looks like the easiest bet. I mean, I know a lot of people use OBS, but OBS can be very complicated unless you'd have to spend some time with it to master it. And this is easy. Share screen, you know what I mean? I could bring guests on. It's just easy. Or it seems so anyway. I say that now, but watch me try to do something and not be able to do it. But for today, the only thing I'm going to need to do is hit the end broadcast when I'm done. How long you worked at SNS, Sean F? That company's been around a while. Has a pretty good reputation. I know my brother has a chopper with an SNS engine on it. Had a chopper. I don't know if he still has it or not. Hmm. I don't know what I'm doing. Oh, 22 years, nice. Where is this nest? Is that on the East Coast somewhere? Oh, Wisconsin? Yeah, I was just joking, Caleb. I'm the one that's built for comfort, not speed. I don't need any S&S stuff. Actually, I haven't even ridden my Harley in way too long. Probably needs a new battery by now. I'll be getting it out, cleaning it up pretty soon, though. Oh, yeah, it doesn't look good. Let me try to. That's not what I wanted. So here is where you would go, and I don't know if Smart Dimension or just. I'll just try Smart Dimension to see. Yeah, I should have created that a little better. I made these parallel, but I didn't measure them either. I guess I will clean it up a little bit, at least. Oh, now I remember why people miss chats, because it stopped scrolling. New Buells. Did, what's his name, Eric Buell or whatever, start making new ones, or Harley making them? I forgot to check. Is anyone else in the community streaming? 'Cause I didn't even think about that. I just fired up a stream. When is Barbie's stream? Is that coming up at 8 o'clock or? Probably should. Don't want to step on anyone's toes. Oh, he bought the company back. That's sweet. Oh crap, I missed Barb's stream. All right, well, I'm probably going to get off here. I just wanted to try this out. Let me know if this would be too boring for you guys or if this is something that I should go ahead and do. Just mess around. I was hoping maybe talk to Loot and see if he wants to do a stream like this, where I can ask him some questions and on a rare occasion maybe help him out a little bit just with my knowledge of CAD in general. He could definitely help me out a lot, but I don't want to bother him if I don't want to keep him from his work. But I definitely need some help figuring out how to do a nice curved blade. But thanks for stopping by, Caleb and LCAP, Sean, everyone, Tommy. I appreciate you all stopping in. I'll definitely live stream more. I don't know if it'll be this or this would be easy for me to do. I don't have to show my face or get a bunch of knives out. But I'll probably do that. I think I need to do a giveaway. Once I start doing some streaming, get some view hours and maybe use some of my longer form videos to like for keywords or something and at least get clicks on them. Anyway, I'll talk to all you later. Oh, hey, Luke. Good to see you. I doubt you can use pointed from me as much as I could use pointed from you. I don't know if you heard me talking earlier. You saw that first model I did had the curved blade. Then I put a grind on it, and it was like uniform thickness on the bottom before I put the final bevel on, and got wider out top because of the angles. So I need to figure out how to do a sweep or something from along that spline or what. I don't know what I need to do. But anyway, I'll probably bother you for some info someday if you don't mind. Anyway, I'll talk to everyone later. I'm going to go ahead and head out. And thanks everyone for stopping in. Talk to you. I'll see you all in some other stream. Bye.